Okay, well the first thing you're going to need is a rather large ball of tan clay, a medium-sized ball of red clay, a small ball of yellow clay, and a small ball of green clay, a razor blade. Mine kind of has a little handle on it that I made, a cotton round, and your everyday household rubbing alcohol. You're going to need a paintbrush and some chalk pastels. First, you're going to start off as usual by cleaning your fingers and your tile. I like to work on this white tile. It's very cheap. It's only 99 cents at your hardware store, and it just helps you see the dirt and extra clay on there very, very well. It's easy to clean, and you can bake on it too, and it's very useful, so I would recommend getting one. You're going to start by conditioning your tan clay. This is for the hot dog bun, so you're going to roll it up. And when you're done rolling, you're kind of going to make a little oval, flat, kind of a flattish oval. Not too flat though. Kind of want it to still be chunky. We want to press it down a little bit. Then you're going to take your paintbrush and you're going to wrap it around the handle to create the hot dog bun shape. Just like that. You want to make sure that it's even. You don't want one side to be bigger than the other, because then you'll have a hard time fitting your hot dog in there. So just shape it up. And it's kind of hard to get the shapes sometimes. Then you're gonna take your pastels and you're gonna scrape the light brown and brush some of the pastel, light brown pastel, all over the hot dog bun. And this is gonna take a bit of time. You don't want to put too much. Hot dog buns aren't very toasty. They're not toasted, so they don't want to be too dark. You want to get it just right. And so just brush it on there lightly. These pastels are not the right pastels to use. These are a little bit harder than what you're supposed to be using. The pastels, the chalk pastels that they sell at Walmart for $7 are very good, and I'm gonna have to go pick up some for myself because these pastels that I'm using now are entirely too hard, and they just don't flake off nicely like the other pastels do. And it takes some effort. I think these kind are used for drawing mainly. Okay, well when that's all done, you're gonna just reshape your bun because it might have got kind of distorted while you were covering it in pastel. And then you're going to set that aside and you're going to start making your sausage, your hot dog, and you're going to condition the clay, make it soft. Red is a very easy color to work with. I'm using Sculpey 3 for this particular project, and it's the red color is very easy to work with, I find. So you're just going to roll it out into a little log. Not very, very thick, not too thin either. You want to make sure that it fits in your bun. If it's too thick, you're going to have to roll it out a little bit more, but I think mine's just perfect. And you don't have to do this next part, but I think it makes a really cool technique. You're going to scrape some of the black pastel with your toothpick, and you're just going to roll the tip of your toothpick in the dust, and you're just going to apply it just like that to make grill lines, like the hot dog was grilled on like a barbecue pit or anything. And it makes a really cool effect. I really like this. you just gotta be careful because black chalk tends to get everywhere, and you don't want black chalk getting on anything, especially your light colored bun. That wouldn't be nice to have smudges on there, so you want to make sure that your hands are all clean. Okay, so now you're going to try to fit your hot dog into the bun. You're going to have to open it up a little bit. There we go. So it fits in there pretty nicely. And this next step, you don't have to do this either. This is just a topping, you know, a little decoration. I like to have cheese and relish on my hot dog, so that's what I'm going to make. If you just like yours plain, you can keep it that way. Or if you like mustard on yours, you can roll out a little yellow snake and make it into a swirly mustard line. But for me, right now, I just rolled out a little yellow snake and I'm chopping it up into little pieces. That's for the shredded cheese on top. And you don't need too much of this because you're not going to put it directly on top of the hot dog. You don't want to block out the little grow lines that you just made. So just place it around the hot dog on either side. You can put as many or as few as you want, as long as it doesn't distort the look of the hot dog. Excuse me. This is kind of a tedious step, so just be patient. That's the most important thing to remember when you're working with polymer clay, is to be really patient, because there are lots of little tiny details that can get kind of frustrating. You don't want to go too fast. And that should be wrapping up my cheese. And now I'm going to start working with the green. This is going to be for the relish. If you ever use relish, you know that relish kind of clumps up. It's kind of liquidy. It's not like, you know, solid all the way. So for this one, it's okay if your pieces, you're going to cut a lot smaller pieces. See how the cheese is like little tiny logs? Well, you're going to cut like little tiny pieces for the relish. And it's okay if they stick together, because as I said, relish kind of does stick together. It's kind of liquidy, so it's okay. And don't forget, after you finish applying all these little pieces, to kind of squish them down a little bit. Not too much to where it loses its shape, but just enough, because otherwise when you bake it, they'll just flake off when they're done. And that's really no fun. There's really no point in having them on there if they fall off. I learned that the hard way a few times. So yeah, just apply the relish on top and see how it's kind of clumping together. That's fine. That actually looks more realistic to me. And there you go. There's your hot dog. Enjoy.